What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Zeus. His name is Player. The map is Savannah, and this is game number 5. Player attempting to complete the reversed sweep. All momentum is with him in this game. Skady took the first 2 games in this matchup. He took the first game in a Zeus mirror on Mirage. Is that what the map's? I should have checked what that's called. Anyways, took the first map there, took the second one on Ghost Lake, but then he didn't manage to make the third win there on Watering Hole with his Oranos. Player sort of played that one too well for him. And on the 4th game, choosing to go with a Hades, he sort of ran into some matchup problems with players Dionysus' skill there. And now we're into game number 5. Skady going back with his tried and true Oranos. He's found himself with a 4 Rhinoceros spawn Savannah. Now, Savannah can be a bit of a crazy map to play on. You really don't know what you're going to get, and a lot of the time you have to travel a long distance to get it. So we're going to check out the food here, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes you can get 9 giraffe, sometimes you can get next to nothing. And this is one of those times where there's a lot of giraffe on the map. We see an extra 4 giraffe over here in very difficult to grab corners, and there's players a giraffe there as well, as he does spot that slightly with his Skady spots that with his oracle there, and player hasn't scouted his just yet. So we'll see how this game is going to go. Player should have. I want to see player do some sort of aggressive Athena here. I mean, the centaur sort of haven't worked for him. The Athena has worked for him, but he did need a very defensive map. This map, definitely not that kind of map with the town center very far away from those giraffe as well. And there's not really any hunt up this top side of the map for him to grab. So if he does decide to go for that second town center and attempting to repeat what he did on the Watering Hole game, I wouldn't be surprised if it just completely flopped and didn't work at all. We do see that now. Player kills his rhinoceros, finds his giraffe. I bet you he wished he found those just a little bit earlier, because he wants to come over and save these rhinoceros and eat these giraffe nice and early. Otherwise, he gets pushed off. And he also finds Bow of Artemis. He's found the Bow of Artemis. This relic is absolutely bonkers good for the Greek player in this matchup. A negative 20 centaur cost makes those centaur go down to, 160 wood? Is that right? Did I do the math right for once? 160 wood. And essentially that's like, now your farm transition is paid for. It's super easy if you just do standard macro. So we'll see how this is going to go for player, if he does go for the centaur with that relic or not. Player's just going to be pumping out the villagers, attempting to get to the next age. And Skady very obviously and clearly going for something a little bit different. Nope, he's just moving his villager early because of how good his hunt is. Going through Prometheus, 430. No surprises. Just going onto the wood just a touch earlier, so it's going to get going a little bit faster because he hasn't had to deal with all of that walking time. And the villagers do finish up on the rhinoceros. Should eat another one. Skady obviously not quite concerned with his game there. The villagers not moving just yet. You sort of want to shift click them. If you're aware, what you can do is you can select the villagers, hold shift, right click on the task that they are doing, and then right click on another task while still holding shift. And they will automatically move on to said next task. Meanwhile, villagers happily eaten over here, and Hermes is on the way for play. He's actually left his rhinoceros here for a little bit as he sent most of his villagers over onto the giraffe over here. He's got 9 villagers on the wood. I'm a little bit surprised to see 9 villagers on wood with that relic in the bottom of the map here for player, but we'll see how he's going to go. And it is looking like he is slightly behind the Prometheus, but not really enough to warrant that extra villager. So it's just a slightly delayed classical age from player. 2 seconds isn't going to matter at all. Jason is coming out. We'll immediately come over onto this bow of Artemis. We do see Sylvan Law instantly coming through for player, and then he will be wanting to grab his Odysseus as well. There it goes, moving over here. He's going to try and defend this hunt for as long as he can. We see the Promethean making his way over. We've got the counter barracks, the military barracks coming up for Skady. Moving back over onto the wood, we've got the Terma coming out, we've got the Murmillo coming out, and the Jason will pick up this relic. I don't know if he'll get back to the temple in time to make the first centaur cost less, but we'll see what player's going to do. Maybe he just delays it or something. He can jump through the town center and get here a little bit quicker as well. And it looks like player gets his Sylvan Law out, and he's going to just hold off on creating that center in favor of waiting on the relic, saving the 40 wood. So smart play, but also nope, not smart play. He just didn't want to wait at all. Oh, wait, they're 170 wood, huh? What's 20% of 200, guys? Is it 30? Surely it's 40, right? Is this relic's wrong? It's negative 15%? I'm so confused. Ipit has stuffed up yet again. Don't tell him, guys. He works for Forgotten Empires now, right? So we gotta remember that he works for the guy, and the guy doesn't want to realize he's working for someone who's making mistakes. So Murmillo does get bolted over here. Player retreating away from said Murmillo. The unit you want to be attacking with these heroes is not the Terma. You want to be attacking either a Terma hero or a Murmillo hero. If you can kill those off, you're going to be in a great position. We are seeing the villagers turning around, taking this fight. Oh, he's going to lose a villager. You don't want to be doing this. Oh, nice play from Skady, though. He gets one villager, going to be pulling back away. We see the centaur coming in. And yet again, we see the centaur pushing in, trying to pick off these villagers. He's not going to get a citizen kill. It's almost like a waste of population being there. If it was in this location, it would be a completely different story. We see the Terma hero now coming over, taking down the centaur polemark here, as the Hippocon needs to take down this Terma, as he's trying to, but he's not actually chasing that one around. Now we see the Murmillo hero coming in, trying to hit these units here. We see the villagers having to be pulled off the giraffe. He does have these rhinoceros in his main base that he can go after. We see the hoplite attempting to finish off this Murmillo hero, but he's not going to be able to. The centaur is getting taken down as well. Player not able to control that one there, and he does lose that centaur. This fight from in the early stages of the game going heavily in favor of Skady right now. We're trying to see him build out the units, but he's short on food. Player with maybe too many villagers on gold at this point because he needs more food. These villagers going to get pushed off as well. Probably have to cast ceasefire at some point here if he wants to continue in this game, because this rhinoceros is very hard to eat at this point. We do see watchtowers is coming through. The hero Terma and hero Murmillo coming in as well. But player needs to just chill out a little bit, get the units pumping. He seems to be a little bit short on the favor here to build centaur immediately. Nice micro there from player, though, to start sniping some of those Murmillo, trying to pick those off. There's still a couple of those heroes he has to deal with before he can sort of let his centaur roam free. We're still seeing centaur going after villagers here. There's a couple of very low HP villagers here for Skady, but again, I don't think we've seen a single citizen kill here. It's just too easy to defend. These Murmillo, on the other hand, much easier to defend. Now we see the centaur still popping out, still trying to build those units. He's got 3 villagers on the rhinoceros, building out houses. Very low on the resources in general. Lots of wood in the bank, though, so plenty to build those centaur out, which is again why I thought maybe the 9 villagers on wood was too much. He's now got only 7 here. But It's not what's happening. Now we're seeing this, the Hippocon trying to come through. They do get sniped very quickly here as the Centaur come in and attempting to pick off those unupgraded, those unheroized Murmillo. It's exactly what he needs to do. Definitely, those are the units you got to target in these fights. Terma Hero going after these Hippocons. We see the Hippocons able to start sniping those Terma Heroes, almost able to pick them off, but not quite there. They're still kind of all alive, wreaking havoc on these Centaur. And we're still seeing the Centaur raids, trying to move around, trying to find some kills, but I still, like, he hasn't picked off like a single villager. At least I haven't seen him. Maybe he's picked off one. Who knows? Now player trying to push through. We see the Centaur coming back in. Going after those Hero Terma. And we see the Murmillo getting pushed back yet again. Just imagine if these 3 Hero were dead. These Centaur coming back in, it'd be a totally different game. We see the Valor coming in. Somewhere. And there's more Hero Murmillo in the mix here. But player doing a nice job of holding Skady off. But we see the second talent center coming in. And player would love to come back over and eat this hump. But Skady sending the Terma over just to be sure. We see, there we go. Now the Centaur have getting some good ideas. Pick off one of those straggler Murmillo coming in. Every single time they have the special ability, you should. And we do see here Murmillo just chilling, waiting for the Centaur to come back in. And they're going to start taking that damage. And nice play from Skady. But player got to be a little bit more cautious here. All running in with these Centaurs. Is there a Shockwave available? There is no Shockwave available. But he gets a Centaur snipe anyways. Nice play from Skady. As player retreating back behind his walls. Still trying to snipe off units here, chasing this Murmillo around. A big pick off here to get this Murmillo hero. Still seeing these Centaur moving into his opponent's base here. Skady's gold mine has finished here. He'll be making its way up to the top side of the map, and Armory coming in as well. He's got his gold mine over here that he can happily mine from, as well as over here. And now we see player sees the town center coming up. Going to be making a move in onto this location. So many Hero Terma here now. 5 Hero Terma. These Centaur, they don't want to target the Terma. You've got to get your human units onto the Terma. But he doesn't manage to do that, and a Shockwave comes in, but not actually able to pick off anything there as this town center is about to come up. Maybe going to pick off a unit or two here. He does snipe one Murmillo there. You can see that's exactly what he needs to do as he is going through in this game. We see the Hero Terma coming in. Going to be able to snipe off those center in the back. Nice micro there from player to pull away, but there's so many low HP Terma heroes here that just do so much damage to the bulk damage dealers that player has. And he just needs to pick those ones off. We see these Centaur moving back over into this location. Maybe he could snipe this low HP citizen here. As we see player notice it, he does notice. He's going straight after it. Does snipe that one. The Murmillo over here going to go down as well, but there is a Hero Murmillo on its way. So Skady going to have to... Oh, sorry, player going to have to retreat away from there. We just see the villagers back over onto this food situation there as the Murmillo going to be making their way over here. The Centaur could easily come and snipe those there. See the Hippocons retreating away, but Skady, 2 town centers now, 115 supply. Murmillos will check this out. They see the gold mine. This gold mine doesn't really finish until 13 minutes, 14 minutes into the game when you're dealing with the Centaur, because there's only 7 villagers on them for the most part. Do you see the villagers turning around, going to snipe these Murmillo basically for free here, and we're going to start seeing Skady making his way over onto this food source. Player needs to defend this one. He gets that villager to stay alive here, and he is going to be dealing a lot of damage to these straggler units here. So nice play from player to keep his hunt dreams alive here. And Skady retreating back. What is the next step here? Obviously, he wants to get to the next age. He's at 18 villagers here on the chickens, eating those up nicely, and is about to click up through Hyperion. As the resources come in, throw up more military barracks. Feel great about his positioning. We see the Centaur going to be leaving the home base yet again. And Hyperion, god of choice yet again for Skady. So not shaking things up there. He's been in a similar position before, but player 1 town center this game. We'll see what he's going to do. It looks like he's going after a second town center here, which has not served him well in these situations before. Would much prefer to see him try and chase the heroic age than grab this town center. He's going to be out of hunt though, which is sort of the problem. He does have some goats, but so long as you can get to the heroic age, you can buy your way to the mythic age with tons of villagers on gold. Little known fact. We just see the centaur have spotted some citizen here, but Skady's so good. This doesn't net you much damage at all, but there are some citizen here he can go after. A sentry tower over in the corner of these villages here he can hit, so maybe he will get some value here. Low HP citizen in this corner here. We see the red units of player moving in as he's ready to hit this, but there will be a chaos getting thrown down on this location. He hits one of those centaur, hits a bunch of those units, and now the flood from Skady going to come in. He can surround this entire army. The centaur over here going to be able to snipe potentially a centaur of players here. It does manage to get that 2 centaur fall, plus the third one that's here is still chasing this red army that is trying to retreat away from Skady, and he's getting away, but the damage there very, very poorly done by player. Very nice timing though by Skady. A couple more of those Toxotes falling as he's trying to retreat away. The speedy units of the Oranos able to kill a couple more of those units there, and those Gaia units that were converted from Chaos finally get cleaned up. Nice play from Skady, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Skady attempting to go to the Mythic Age very, very shortly. He's got the farms out, he's grabbing plow, and he's going to start skyrocketing up in that food department. Player, on the other hand, very short on the food, just has the goats left. He does have giraffe up in this corner here. We'll see how that's going to go. The hoplites and the Murmillo do meet, but unupgraded hoplites do fall to the upgraded Murmillos as the villagers staking this gold mine here just out of line of sight of Skady's Murmillo. He doesn't actually know there's a gold mine there. He also doesn't know that there's food up here either. So that could have been a spot there for player to go to who doesn't know about it. He's kind of see out of the whole map, but he's deciding against risking it. We see the army from Skady pushing in yet again. The centaur off in no man's land. Do get a couple more citizen kills, but is it too little too late for the economic damage? Because now player is getting pushed off of gold. And I mean, he does have this gold mine up in the top corner, so that's going to be very, very useful for him. And tower is doing a lot of damage over here as player is dragging this Atlantean army into his base. The Odysseus going after the Satyr does a ton of damage to that. It's only got 50% pierce armor. Going to be retreating back, drawing the Odysseus in, and now the Centaur can snipe the Satyr there. Nice play from Skady in order to defend this location here for the time being. We're seeing some of these Terma in the back here are losing their lives to the Talent Center. Throwing away Terma here are not really what you want to be doing. The rest of the Terma are sort of sort of fodder here, but not really much else. And we see still 2 Talent Centers for Skady. Still trying to make a push happen here. We see a Kara Ballaster coming up onto this location, just searching around, trying to find something. And Skady now pushing in. The hoplites returning back over here. And we see this Kara Ballaster. Where is it going?
Yuji?
Oh, Skady does know about this. He must have scouted it. See the villagers making a slow but sure escape. And so I don't think Skady noticed that they're making their way over onto this gold mine. And Skady's going to sneak up to the top gold mine here. Sorry, player's going to keep on confusing these players. Player is going to sneak up to the top gold mine here. And we see the centaur going to be returning back onto this location. There is a heavy Murmillo here, but it's not heroized. So player could snipe that very quickly there with the majority of his centaur. He does choose to do so. The citizen going to be getting pulled away. The army coming up onto this location. We see this gold mine has been taken. Will Skady notice it? He hasn't spotted this gold mine just yet. They are just out of line of sight here for Skady. This is so crazy close here. Skady's got to think that he's got some variety of gold stuff. If we count the gold mine Skady spotted though, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gold mines on the map, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gold mines on the map. He spotted it. He spotted this gold mine. But I don't think he spotted the villagers mining it. Spicy gameplay here. We see a couple more citizen getting killed. Finally, Skady is getting that damage done. And this is a perfect time to be getting the damage done with the center. Not that early stage when you're going after, you should be going after those Murmillos, but he's doing a fantastic job to put pressure on to the citizen now. We see it yet again, another citizen kill here as Skady dropping down to 22 here. Do we see Hecate? Still no Hecate. Skady is absolutely scrambling, but player is caught out yet again. His unit's not able to deal with this at all. Now we've got the Cairo Ballista coming up onto this location, potentially going to check this gold situation here as a player has returned over onto this gold mine here. And he does spot this gold mining operation with the 6 villages here. Going to pick those ones off slowly but surely. Player should be retreating them fairly soon. But player sort of defending in this location, and player does have that ceasefire still remaining. I'm surprised to see him not using it, but the villagers retreating anyways. As players still pumping out villages, still pumping out units. He's at 115 of 130 population. Skady at 110 of 145. Still no destroyers out for Skady. A little bit of a surprise. There's the chaos onto this location. Nice chaos there as the centaur immediately targets down the enemy centaur. More of these Murmillo maybe moving in. The centaur from play. He lost a couple of them in his raids right now. Going to attempt to bring those units back in to defend against any sort of pushes that are coming from Skady. So he's just going to pull back. He's still on this gold mine, but this is the only gold he can really have. Skady has spread himself very thin here with his units. He needs to hit this location. Skady maybe a little bit too confident that he has got the gold staff here, but maybe we'll see the Murmillos coming onto this location. There's the palace coming up, and player 115 population. He has the population to compete, but these units are very, very strong from Skady having heavy Murmillo. Now we're starting to see some more military buildings coming up for player, getting the stables, maybe some more military academies, maybe even some archery range at this point to deal with those Murmillo. The centaur doing some nice damage, and we do see a ceasefire here as the palace is coming up. Smart move from player to delay that one. And what I would like to see from player is just cancelling all food production and get heroic age here. He needs something. He needs to get that tech out maybe. I don't know. Medium infantry is the choice for player. He could wall this in as well, potentially throw up a tower after the ceasefire is over. But he definitely needs heroic age to get those pacifists out in order to deal with the incoming destroyer Arcus ball. The centaur will do nicely, but he needs to get out those pacifists. And now we see the Murmillo coming around this side. One of the big problems with doing this is that maybe Skady can get next stage. No! Skady's going for town centers here. This is very, very risky. Very, very risky indeed. I don't know if players spotted this either. The centaur may be going to come in and try and pick off some of those villages. We see the hero Murmillo chilling in this location. These units over here are going to all convert into hero Arcus as the centaur come in an attempt to pick off these villages. We see one centaur falling. Nice micro from player to pull back there. But then Skady going to re-micro his Arcus to snipe some of those other centaur here. Nice play from Skady. He's probably going to get this palace up, and he does get this palace up, and he even keeps that villager alive that was almost picked off by the centaur. Now the majority of centaur are falling, and player doesn't have the gold to get to the next age just yet. We're still seeing some raids coming in. The gold has mostly been pushed off, but Skady's in the middle of the map. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's got plenty of gold income. 250 gold in the bank. We see these villagers trying to make their way up to the top side of the map. The buildings are up here, but Destroyer's going to come and clean this up. A temple coming through for player, potentially going to start making those sates here. And we see the town center gets up over here as well. The hero Murmillo cleans up another centaur of players. And player is getting pushed away from this gold mine for the time being. It's going to attempt to switch over up to this top gold mine here, sniping this hero Murmillo for one, or trading this hero Murmillo for one villager at this point. And now the villagers kind of getting pulled off of the wood, making their way up to the top side of the map. The centaur are over here. The Murmillo are going to have to get pulled over there as well. And now Skady has to sort of reposition his units and his buildings to start pushing over onto this location. Potentially player can throw up some more military buildings over here and do something similar they did in the other stage of the game. Now we see a citizen coming in, going to be throwing up a wall to block this gold mine off, so Skady can stop that jumping around the map Put a stop to that one there, but now it looks like Skady gets yet again another good engagement on this Zeus army and is caught out yet again. Now we see a bunch of Mamilla coming up onto this location, the center, yet again looking for raids when he needs to have them to pick off these units in his base. As the Mamillo now going to take down Skady's final hope of gold income. Player's got so many resources in the bank, but not the gold. He's going to get gold starved here, as Skady is really doing a nice job of finding where all these villages are. You could potentially come back up to this storehouse. I'm surprised to see player not split up his villages up onto this location as well as this location. He didn't do that one there, trying to get these military buildings up. We do see Apollo is coming through for player. The Centaur still running around the map, searching for something he might see. Some random units just positioned everywhere. But player will decide to tap out here in the 23rd minute mark. Just not able to get to the next age. He had Shaftmine, he had all the upgrades he could potentially get to get that gold income, but he just was not able to make it work. Savannah with with the gold mines all positioned around his base like this, just not able to fully secure one in this game. And that I gotta say, that's sort of why this town center slows you down so much, because yeah, you get all these farms out. Yeah, you get the economy. And if you can get to the mythic age, it's going to be great for you. But if you don't, you lose. So why not instead just go straight for the mythic age, get those high value units, get access to Hypaspist, and be in a very, very good position. But he doesn't go for it. You can even go Hera here as well, one town center Hera, if you feel like the pressure is too much from the Oranos, but he doesn't do it. And Skady takes the game, player loses, and Skady moves on to round 2 up to the semi-finals. Congratulations to Skady. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.